Okay, my love, you've got to stop hating your body. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, it is completely possible. Hi, my name is Scola, and you and your body are absolutely perfect. Okay, let me come a little bit closer. I felt like I was so far away from you guys, but hi, welcome back to my channel. As you guys can see, I'm in a different setting. If you guys didn't know, I live in a city called Birmingham in the UK, and in the city centre, it's not like the greenest, but there's this one spot that I really love, and it's absolutely beautiful to come to and just feel really grounded and at peace. I'm not gonna lie, it's been pretty chaotic. There's a lot of people out because the weather is lovely. I'm getting hay fever all of a sudden. The wind's been blowing, but finally we have a little bit of peace. So I really just want to talk about this vicious cycle that I feel like a lot of people are stuck in, where it feels like our default setting is just to hate our bodies. And it's like we have to spend our whole lives learning to love our bodies and embracing them. And it's not our fault, unfortunately. The way society is set up means that a lot of us hate ourselves. And even some people that think they love themselves only love themselves because they fit within the beauty standards, not because they truly love who they are. They just love that they look the way that they do. Does that make sense? Because I've been through this, if you guys don't know my journey. But before I get into that, if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're already liking the vibes, the energy, you might as well just subscribe. Make sure you're notified when I upload, and leave a cheeky comment down below if this is already resonating with where you're at in your life right now. I have to say, guys, this is really not how my confidence is built. I'm actually a very shy and reserved person, and this is just a testament to the journey that I've been on. The fact that I can even sit out here with all these people around me and just be like, I don't care, knowing that people are probably gonna judge me, or maybe they won't, but I'm not gonna dwell on that thought. I'm gonna let it pass and keep it moving. But anyway, guys, today I want to talk about this because I feel like since I've been on my journey to embracing my body, I've experienced so much resistance from others. Other people maybe saying comments about their own body that's negative and why they can't get to a place of loving it, but also people making comments about my body and where it's at right now, and the fact that I'm just going to embrace it as it is and I'm not in that cycle I'm sure you guys kept seeing me in, where I was just constantly chasing an idea of perfection that didn't exist. I was constantly trying to change all the time, and it just wasn't it. It was fine. I learned so much from that journey, and I think that's one thing I really want to put out there. Like a little disclaimer at the beginning of this video is that this isn't to say you can't change or work towards a goal when it comes to your body. You absolutely can, but I feel like I can see when people do it from a place of actual love and care for themselves, because more often than not, if you need to make a change in your life, it's because you're doing something that doesn't serve you in that moment. And sometimes you need to make changes that align with who you want to be and where you want to be. And that journey will look very different. It'll feel a lot more right than I feel like what I see a lot of people doing, where, okay, I was on a roll, but we just got to put a pause on it. There was like a really beautiful thunderstorm last night, so everything is wet. So I was trying to balance on my knees, thinking I had like mega knees, but no, my knees aren't built like they used to be, so I'm having to crouch. So if I keep adjusting, it's because, yeah, I didn't realize it'd still be so wet on the ground today. But I don't even care sitting in the sand. I can just change when I get home. It's not a big of a deal. But anyway, what was I saying? Like, change is okay, and sometimes it's necessary. And if you feel out of place in your body and you feel like you would like to look a certain way or be a certain way, I mean, there's so many different ways we modify and change our bodies, and some people are born into bodies that don't feel like theirs, and that's completely fine. But you know, when it comes from a place of love and when it comes from a place of hate, and I can definitely feel that. I can feel when I want to change my body for a reason that will truly serve me and make me feel good, and I can tell when I want to make a change because society has told me, especially as a Black woman, that I'm ugly and I'm not enough and I'm not worth what I know what I'm worth. So the beautiful thing about embracing your body and learning to love yourself is that you can still work towards goals. You can still change your body one day if that's what you want, but that journey will look so much more different, and at the end of that journey, even though journeys are ongoing in my opinion, you'll feel so at peace. Whereas I see a lot of people reaching the end of a weight loss goal or reaching the end of a fitness goal, and they're not at peace. They're still speaking about their bodies in a certain way. They're still striving for more, keep pushing themselves. They're still stuck in this cycle where they're like, yeah, I feel good. Like, one thing I really notice is, like, a lot of the times, like, you know, somebody will, you know, say they love themselves and all these things, but they'll go away on like one holiday or have one little good weekend where maybe they eat a little bit different or they don't move as much as they usually would. And they come back and they feel this urge to get back on track. And I understand that feeling. Sometimes you feel like you've fallen off track, but in reality, if this is part of your overall lifestyle, if you're looking for balance, you don't need to get back on track. You don't need to mentally think, right, I have to get my body back to how it was before this weekend, before this trip. Your body will naturally do it because you'll naturally go back to a routine you were in before. And I think that's so important to note. So I know some people are going to come for me that, you know, are still about that weight loss life, still about that fitness life in terms of like striving for change. My fitness life, that fitness life is about creating a life that you love and you enjoy. And that looks different for me now than it did when maybe I was a teenager, for example. But it's okay, because I feel like every season has a reason, and there's a reason I went through what I did before, and there's a reason why I feel the way I do now, and things have changed for me. But anyway, in terms of learning to embrace your body, it is a long journey, but one thing that has really helped me is realizing that my current body will not stop me from achieving everything I want to achieve, and that the happiness and the balance that I seek in my life comes from within. It doesn't come from me looking in the mirror and seeing abs or just seeing a smaller body. Like, that's not going to do it for me. That's not going to cut it. But one thing I do have to point out, that say, for example, if your body does change, you will notice that people treat you differently. Unfortunately, you might actually get different opportunities simply because you are in a body that fits the beauty standards. And I think I have to mention that harsh reality that actually, yeah, sometimes, and I guess you could say in this reality, the way things are set up now, your life could change by changing your body. But that's not always a good thing. It means that the system is very broken, that I can only get success in a smaller body. I can only get success with lighter skin. You know, that's not the kind of world I want to live in. I want to be successful because of what's within and what I know I can bring to the table, if that makes sense. God, my knees, they don't knee like they used to. I'm gonna have to back it up a little bit. Different things that have helped me embrace my body is dressing in a way where I feel like myself, and dressing in a way that feels comfortable for my body. For example, this is my favorite colorful cardigan to wear. I know it kind of looks silly, but it makes me really happy. And so when I wear it, I feel really good and comfortable within myself. And then so I end up feeling comfortable within my body. I'm wearing this full-on jumpsuit as well that I got for a retreat that I went on. It's like a full-on tight jumpsuit. You can't hide anything, but I feel so good in it and I absolutely love it. But then there's sometimes I wear things that make me feel really bad in my body. And I've made videos on this before, like, you know, adjusting my wardrobe, trying to find my style. And that's definitely still a journey I'm on. But I realize clothes are a big deal for me in terms of embracing my body, because they cover our bodies for the most part. So you want to feel good within yourself. So if you want to find a good place to start, clothes. And you'll probably find that clothes are also a really big trigger for you. Like, going to a changing room might make you feel uncomfy. Trying on clothes that don't fit or too tight or don't look right will make you feel bad about yourself, even though you should feel bad for the clothes, because why don't they fit you? And it's, yeah, finding clothes that are really good quality, that feel good on my body, has really helped as well. Another thing that has made a huge difference is who I surround myself with, both digitally and physically. So the people I follow has changed so much. I used to follow so many fitness accounts, and it's not that I don't love fitness, I absolutely love it, but the way that the industry is set up right now is it's so focused on looking a certain way, and the people who are successful in this industry always look a certain way. Whereas at the end of the day, all we're trying to do is make sure people move their bodies and eat right, and that can look different for everybody, how it manifests on the outside, if that makes sense. Because how you look isn't a telltale sign of how healthy you are. You know, people in larger bodies often get more scrutiny for their health. Meanwhile, somebody in a smaller body could be doing the most unhealthy things, but they will never get any comments on their lifestyle because people look at them and assume, well, you're in a small body, so you must be doing fine. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so I really made sure that, okay, there's building works going on right now, so I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but so yeah, so I make sure that I'm following people who are just unapologetically themselves, that they don't always fit the beauty standard as well. They look different, but also they look like me. I think that's also really helped. Finding people that look more like me has made me feel so much more comfortable in my body, because constantly looking at people that look nothing like me constantly makes me feel like I'm less and I'm not enough, because I'm always striving to look like something that I physically cannot look like. And that's something that I did for many years. And now I've really created an environment where I think it's a lot more positive for my brain. But then also when it comes to the people I surround myself with, it's not that I've had to cut people off, but like I also just gravitate towards making new connections with people who I see are at a place where they're at least trying to be more comfortable with their bodies. But if not, I really try to create those conversations where it's like, hey guys, can we just speak more positively about ourselves? And leading that conversation and being like, hey, like we don't all have to be self-deprecating, and it's okay to hype ourselves up. Especially as women, we don't celebrate ourselves as much as we should. We don't hype ourselves up as much as we should. So I think it's just really important to surround yourself with people who are open to having those conversations. Like, actually, no, I want to be more loving towards myself. I really want to build a good relationship with my body. It doesn't mean that we can't be girl bosses and work towards our goals if that's what we want to do and get super strong or whatever. Like, we can still do that, but let's do it from a place of love. So who I surround myself with has really helped. And then I think just working on my thoughts. I'm going to finish up on that one. Working on the way that I think has been the toughest journey. My brain hasn't been the nicest place to be recently, but I always try to give myself positive affirmations. And usually if I felt down or if my mental health was bad, my first solution would be to change my body. My first solution would be, right, okay, I need to start a new fitness journey and completely change everything about my life and everything about my body. But now I sit there and I go, what is the actual root here? What's the issue? Why are you unhappy? What do you need to do to get to a place of happiness that doesn't always involve changing your damn body? So that has really helped. But honestly, guys, I could talk about this for days, and it's a conversation I want to keep going weekly on my channel. If you guys used to watch me back in the day, I used to do the series called Motivation Monday, and I kind of want to bring that back and have a bit of a different twist on it and just kind of talk about whatever I'm going through that week and whatever's on my mind. And this was on my mind this week, and I just want to get a little bit of a message out there, and I feel like I haven't gone into depth as much as I wanted to. I want to talk way more on this topic, but I'll have many more opportunities to do that. But I feel like I've pushed my confidence enough by being out here and filming. But I hope you felt a sense of peace watching this, because I definitely feel so much peace being here. But yeah, guys, that's all I really had to say today. Just that reminder that you don't have to be stuck in this cycle of hating your body. And the solution isn't always to change your body in order to stop hating it. There are so many other things you can do to make yourself feel more comfortable within the body you're in. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'd love to hear from any of you guys that are learning to embrace your bodies and learning to love yourself. Please comment down below and let me know what is working for you right now. And if you're not there yet, let me know what your biggest barrier is. What do you think is holding you back? Why do you not feel like you could get to that place? Because I'm not telling you to stop your goals. I'm not saying don't change yourself. Do that if you want, but let's work on that acceptance. embracing and learning to be happy with where we're at rather than always striving to change and striving for more, which is fine, but the only thing that you know for sure is the present moment. So it's all about learning to enjoy that and learning to enjoy your present body. But anyway guys, I'll stop rambling on and on for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!